Welcome to the podcast, everyone. I'm very pleased to be here today. It is Sunday, and that feels very weird, but it's National Red Wine Day. I'm wearing my red wine earrings. Shout out to Taylor. Look, she gave these cuties to me.
They are cute.
And I'm representing the red wine crew because Taylor's a lame ass.
I am a lame ass. It's fine. I don't like to drink every night of the week, and if I open up a bottle tonight, I'm going to be all groggy and tired tomorrow, and then I'll have to finish the bottle sometime during this week. I'm going to be in Oregon this week. I'm going to be drinking. That's just a lot of alcohol consumption for me.
Yeah, we live very different lives because that's just like not that big of a deal to me at all.
I'm trying to lose weight, okay? Alcohol makes you hold on to weight.
All right, well, Jordan Sayat drinks wine every night, and
But he's already skinny.
Well, maybe you're already skinny. You're just looking at the glass half empty.
I wish.
Yeah, so it's Sunday. We got off schedule because we went to get Botox, which got these beautiful, nice lips that are very swollen. My Botox is starting to kick in. Look at that.
Yeah, I was like, wow, my Botox is already kicking in. That's amazing.
This side's still a little moving, but yes, we had our Botox party. You guys should definitely start joining us in the future. They are very fun. And we're very excited to announce that our bomb, what is she called?
Injector.
Botox
gal, filler gal.
Naz, who we do all of our parties with. She's the best. She's going to be a guest on the podcast in a couple of weeks. So if you guys have any questions about Botox or any medical aesthetics or anything, please submit them. We're going to put a little box on the story so you guys can send us any questions about like, I don't know, lip filler, Botox. There's
face filler.
Yeah, there's like laser hair removal, the shot. Yeah, we learned some wild stuff about that. PRP, that one blows my mind, where they like take your blood, spin it around, and put it back in your face. That's fucking weird. So yeah, those are the types of questions. Or if you just have been wanting to know anything about injectors or the med spa life, let us know so we can put those on our list to ask Naz.
Yes.
Yeah, what else is new?
So I've had a very exciting weekend. There's been two, it sounds so dumb. There's been two Halloween decorations that I've been searching for years. One of them is a stupid Mickey Mouse pumpkin, sorry, something in my eye, cookie jar. And I finally found that. I was searching for it all year last year. Finally found that. Number two, I just found this morning at Trader Joe's. It's the little yoga skeleton succulents that I could never find. I've been looking for these guys for 2 years, and I found one, and I'm so freaking excited. He is so cute.
Wow, that was a surprise.
Yes, look how cute he is. I cannot.
I mean, I think your love of skeletons and my love of skeletons are like, you're over here and I'm like off the screen.
Well, I love him, and I've been looking for this guy for so long. So, two very exciting things happening in my life this weekend.
Well, I'm very excited for you that you found those.
Me too. Other than that, pretty lame.
I did think that the Mickey Mouse thing that you posted, I thought it was a Scentsy, like a wax warmer.
It's a cookie jar, and I seriously saw it on TikTok last year around my birthday, and I was like, oh my god, I need that, because it's like, it looks like the Mickey head that's in Disneyland when you walk in, and it's like on Main Street, and it's like a pumpkin. And I was like, I need that. So I went to TJ Maxx that day. They didn't have it. And I went to TJ Maxx like twice a week last year to find it. Could never find it. My mom was even looking this year. She was trying to find it for me for my birthday. And we were in TJ Maxx. We met some friends for drinks on Friday. And we had like some time to kill after dinner. So I was like, let's just run into TJ Maxx. And I turned the corner and the lady had just put 2 out. And I literally was like, and Tony turned the corner. He's like, what's wrong? I'm like, my Mickey Mouse. I was so excited. But apparently they have mugs and they have like a ghost Mickey Mouse mug. So if
Cute.
y'all find that, let me know because now I'm on the hunt for that.
I don't have a TJ Maxx even close to me, and it makes me kind of sad because like I don't love to shop there a lot, but if I was like gonna go out and just like wanted to look for some random stuff, I would go there, and there's literally not one by me.
There
Like
really isn't.
there literally is not one.
Mm-mm. I honestly, when I lived in Salt Lake, I did not shop at TJ Maxx, like ever. And now that I live in Logan and that's kind of one of our only options up here, I'm at TJ Maxx all the time. And if you hit it right, you can find some really good stuff. I got some really, really cute Halloween decorations.
Yeah. I think they have good stuff. You just have to be in like the right mood to like shop there.
Church, yeah. Yeah.
So pop culture, I don't really have any updates there. Britney did release her new song with Ellen John, which I have not listened to it yet, but she did do like a video on Twitter because apparently she's only on Twitter right now. And she had like her weird little like accent that she does, and she was like, Sir Elton John. And like she just sounded so fucking stupid. And I was just like, God damn, you're so weird. So weird.
Her new song is actually really good. Like, I love that Tiny Dancer song, and I wasn't expecting it to be like a techno version that they kind of did. So that was interesting. But the more I hear it, I'm like, man, this song slaps. It's pretty good.
I mean, I think she in her dumbass video where she had a dumbass accent was saying they're like number one in like 40 not 40 countries. Is there 40 countries? No fucking way.
I actually don't know the answer to that off the top of my head. There's not 40 continents, but 40 countries. All right, I gotta
I'm
Google this.
Googling it.
All right. I think that there is 40 countries. I'm usually the smart one and I don't have the answer to this.
Well, that blew my mind. Oh, wow. There's a lot of countries in the world. How many do you think there are?
I'm gonna say 150.
195.
Oh, I was close.
That's insanity. I literally thought there would be like 20. That's why when she said 40, I was like, and I repeated it, I was like, wait, what the fuck? That's not true. Weird. Things you learn.
Oh.
I haven't been up to much. I am in the worst financial class ever, and it's taking me forever. And I have my test tomorrow, so everyone wish me some luck. You guys will get this after, so you're not actually gonna be able to help me, but Taylor better wish me some luck because I'm stressed. And we celebrated our anniversary yesterday. It's our 11th year. And we went to this bomb ass restaurant that Wally hated. It was his year to pick, and he took us there and fucking was so tense and uncomfortable because it was like such food that he would not normally eat. And I mean, it was like just regular food, but he was just not feeling it. He's like pizza and ramen noodles kind of guy. So I ate a lot and it was very expensive, and I was basically the only one enjoying it. So that was kind of sad. But we did come home, and for some reason when we picked up Henley, she was like acting like a ninja or something, and I was like said something about Spy Kids, and then I was like, we have to watch Spy Kids. So she wanted to watch Spy Kids, and I forgot how freaking good that movie is.
I have honestly never seen that movie.
You have to watch it. It's so amazing. I even was remembering parts, and I was like, wow, I didn't realize I watched this so much as a kid.
Yeah,
It's
I've
so
never
legit.
seen that. I think my sisters may have watched it, but I never have watched it.
It's so fucking good. She even fell asleep, and I made us keep watching it.
Wally's probably like, this is not how I wanted to spend.
And then we started watching that Manti Te'o documentary on Netflix. I don't know if you've started that or seen stuff about it. That shit's wild.
The catfish one?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I've wanted to watch that so bad.
Dude,
actually, speaking of Netflix, I just watched that new movie with that Lily Reinhart girl. It's like number one on the Netflix list. It's right before that documentary you're talking about. It's called Look Both Ways. It is so good.
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't heard about it.
It's so good. It's like a movie that it shows two different sides of her life. Like she ends up getting pregnant by her friend. They have like a one night stand, and it shows the side of her life if she kept the baby, and then if she really wasn't pregnant, like where her life would go. It was such a good movie. I was bawling at the end. It's so good. But anyways, back to
Huh.
your documentary. I've wanted to watch that documentary really bad.
You should definitely start it. We only got through one episode because we had to finish Spy Kids. It was legit. It's definitely, I feel for the guy. It also is like crazy to me, the Mormon culture again, like just how, yeah, Mormon culture, man.
I definitely want to watch
But
it.
the thing that gets me about the Mormon culture is like, especially with Polynesians, they have all these tattoos and stuff, and they like do things so different. And it's like
Mhm.
they're Mormon, but also have tattoos and drink kava, and it's just like this weird hybrid version of the Mormon church that are all very controlling too. Like when I used to do family law, we would have a lot of cases, actually out in Tooele, where Polynesian women were like the abuse and stuff that goes on in those cultures is and like incest is out of fucking control. It's very similar to like
What?
polygamy.
Like the women abuse the men?
The men abuse the women and the boys, the kids a lot. And like they just the men get to sleep with whoever the fuck they want, basically.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking wild. So
Damn.
it's crazy to me that they're like Mormon when they do all those things, but it's like, yeah,
Because their
Mormons,
tattoos are like a cultural thing. That's why they can have them,
yeah.
right?
I don't know. I don't know if Joseph Smith said they could do that. You
And
have to go talk to that black hat. Get my Joseph Stone. Where's my Joseph Stone?
oh my gosh. Shelby and I
Got
also
it.
realized how old we are this past week. Well, I don't know what happened to my camera. Um, hold on just a second.
Wait, we realized how old we were?
Yeah, because Jaden turned 17. It was Jaden's birthday, Shelby's
Yeah.
son. And he said, what did he say? I'm so caked right now.
Let me read it for you all so you guys can keep up with the teenage slang. Because it's pretty weird. Okay. He said, um, when was this? Friday? Yeah.
Yeah, I think Friday.
Okay. Yeah, it was before I had my dramatic teenager night. Okay. He said, why do I look so caked up? And I was like, what? So I asked Taylor what she thought that means, and she said he looks white, and it means that he has a fat booty.
And then he called us boomers, which are 55 and up, is what Urban Dictionary says.
And
Definitely not 55 and up.
he also said, I was so pressed, and you actually got that one right.
I
Pressed, if they
think
say I'm pressed, it means that they're like pissed.
I
So
think I've asked him what that meant before.
I don't even know.
But I
He said
definitely
gassed or something, and that's when you were like gassed.
I don't even know. I definitely have felt 32 this week. I pulled a muscle or pinched a nerve, did something in my neck when I was blow drying my hair. Couldn't move my head back up. My head was like tilted to the side. I couldn't move my head back up. I couldn't put my arm down. Tony had just gotten out of the shower. I dropped my blow dryer. He had to come help me put my arm down. It was a very dramatic morning. And I definitely am like, I'm almost to my mid 30s. It's weird.
I did also forget to mention, sponsored, not sponsored, when we were at this bomb restaurant yesterday, I got this Trey Picos?
Dandelion.
Trey Picos. Tres?
I think
I
it's
don't know.
Trace.
Do
We need
you
Lois. We need.
pronounce Trace? Trace Picos, that's what it is. That's the way you say it. It is from Spain and it is freaking amazing. I want you to know though that if you could find this in the liquor store, it averages $20 and I had to spend $60 for it.
What?
That's the markup at restaurants, people. Anyways, it's amazing.
Why didn't you bring your own?
I didn't know where we were going.
Oh. Should always have an
Well,
emergency
also,
bottle of
like, I'm
wine.
not sad because then I got to try a new wine.
Yeah,
So,
true. True.
which we have
Dang.
a bunch of wine coming our way. Very excited.
I'm
The
picking
other
it up
one,
on Wednesday, our last shipment. Still, you guys, if you have an address in Idaho, Preston, or Franklin, I will even drive to Montpelier. Please hook a girl up.
I don't know what
Please.
that means, but if she'll do it, do it. Um, yeah, I'm excited that we're gonna have a shipment, and I'm excited that I realized that we're gonna be able to get some in LA when we go for Thanksgiving. So that will be
Mm-hmm.
nice.
Yes.
Also, we have a very busy next couple of months. October and November, we're going somewhere, and December because we're gonna go to Mesquite for New Year's. So every single month we're going somewhere.
Yikes.
I'm
Tony's
not going anywhere in September though, so
Tony's not going to be happy.
better give him a blowy. Maybe two.
Anyways, should we get into
Wait, before we do that, we want to officially announce that we are
Yeah.
doing an autumn equinox yoga and wine event. It'll be at my house. It's going to be on September 22nd, the first day of fall. Taylor's going to have us do some nice little yoga. It'll be very calm yoga. You'll feel like you're stretching your muscles. Are you going to have us do like some journaling or not?
Yes, I am.
So we'll go in my backyard. We'll go up on the hill, do some yoga, have some wine. It'll be great if you want to come. We'll be putting an RSVP out. Please only RSVP if you're actually going to come because we really need a head count. And when people RSVP and don't show up, I literally fucking can't. So
Yes. And this event will be free, so there is no excuse for not coming and bringing friends or a friend with you.
also, your only requirement is to bring a bottle of wine to share.
And a yoga mat.
If you have one. Otherwise, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's going to be really fun. And don't let the yoga scare you because it won't be anything crazy.
No, Taylor's yoga's bomb.
It is. Toot toot.
You weird. Okay. Anything else before we talk about our topic?
Oh, I don't think so.
All right. So our topic for you guys this week is all about resetting your routines. I actually put this on our podcast topic list a couple of weeks ago, maybe, or maybe sometime within the last 2 weeks, I would say. I was listening to a podcast and it kind of triggered me about, they just mentioned something about it. It wasn't even what they were talking about. And I was like, wow, that would be a really good topic because Taylor and I are currently doing this. And I think it'd be really helpful for people to realize that you can literally reset your routine whenever you want. And then I thought it was ironic that Lois texted us yesterday asking about working out in the morning. And I was like, wow, how interesting, because I'm also doing that right now. So,
And I feel like I got so off track in the summer, and I feel like I almost need different routines for the summer and the winter because my life is so different in those two seasons that there's just no way to do the same thing.
I for sure agree with that. I feel like in the summer, I'm like always super gracious with myself. Like it took me a while to get to that point, but in the summer, I'm just kind of like, fuck it, man, enjoy your life. Like it's summer, live it up. Because I've built habits and routines that I know I'll revert back to. But I think before I wasn't able to revert back very well because I hadn't built them and been as sturdy. Like I didn't have as sturdy of a foundation that I would go back to it as easy. And even in the summer, I was still doing stuff. It just wasn't the effort or whatever that I would like normally give. I also think that like January to March are different to me than October to December. So like it's almost like kind of like 90-day periods to me, like quarters almost, that I notice that I go through different phases in my routines based off of the things I have going on and like the energy I have in those seasons. So I think that's weird, but also like I think it's important to note those things because if you realize that and you notice the pattern, it's like, okay, cool. Like this is just that time period when I'm going to be in a little bit different routine than I normally
Yeah.
like to be, but it's still like a routine.
Yeah, exactly. And I always feel like August is so freaking busy, and I always get like hard on myself of like, oh, you've hardly rode your Peloton or you've hardly done this. But then I have to like bring myself back and be like, okay, but you've done other things. You've done a lot of walks. You've done this. Like I always end up beating myself up towards like the end of summer, especially with working out. And I just like have to remind myself like things are different right now.
Yeah, for me, August is always hard because it's our birthday month. Just a reminder, if you guys didn't know, August is our birthday month. And I feel like I go into August like ready to like start getting back into a routine because it's like cool, school is starting, like summer's kind of ending, and I get like this weird little energy of like, all right, cool, I'm gonna get some traction. And then I'm like, whoa, hold on, it's August, it's your birthday month. And then I'll be like, wait, you shouldn't be drinking, you shouldn't be going out and eating this, you shouldn't be doing that. And then I'm like, actually,
I
it's
should.
August and I'm going to do that and it's okay. And I've just like learned to accept it. But I definitely like go through like it's probably like a couple minutes where I'm like, oh no, why are you doing this? You were so excited. And then I'm like, actually it's August. So
Yeah, I do the same thing.
what is it that made you know or want to like reset or get back into a routine?
I feel like, sorry, I'm having like really bad allergies right now that are attacking my throat. I feel like if I'm not in some sort of a routine, my life feels out of control. I feel like my life is very, very busy and I have a lot of wheels moving at once. And if I don't have a way to like create harmony with all the things that I have going on, I just feel out of control and it feels very chaotic. So I have to have some sort of a routine that works for me to keep everything that I do in movement, in harmony, I guess would be the right word.
For me, hold on, I gotta reapply my ointment. One thing, ladies and gents, about filler is you gotta keep that shit moist.
Yeah, your lips get dry as hell and it's creepy.
And then they hurt when they get dry. So
Mhm.
sorry for my lip gloss be popping, but gotta keep it popping. For me, I feel like I let myself go through August. Now that Leo season's ending and kids are back in school, I'm like, okay, cool, I'm ready to start getting back into it. For me, I knew I wanted to because my body wasn't feeling as strong or I didn't feel comfortable. Like, you know, when your stomach just feels so uncomfortable because you know you're eating like shit, you're not working out like you used to, your mind's not right, you don't have the same energy. Like, my whole body and mind was just starting to feel super like,
Run
uh,
down.
like
Yeah.
bleh.
Hmm.
And that's when I was like, okay, you're feeling this, you're aware of it, let's start doing it. And then we listened to some of that Eat It book by Jordan Saya on the way to Mesquite for my birthday. I still haven't finished that book, by the way, which I don't know why I haven't. I'm in like a weird mood right now and I haven't been wanting to listen to books. So
I feel like that's all I've been doing. That's so interesting.
I know I've been listening to a lot of podcasts. I was listening to it a little bit because I listened to some of it on the way to Logan when I came up to get my pap, and then I started it over so Wally could listen to it, and then he just fell immediately asleep because that's what he does. But I was listening to it and I was like, man, I feel like I have a lot of the tools already, and they have like all these little tips and tricks of like how you can just like be better at tracking stuff. And that's when I was like, okay, I'm going to start tracking my weight every single day. Even like the number doesn't matter, but tracking the weight matters. Like that's a routine. Seeing where you're at is a routine. And then tracking my food, I was just like,
And
I'm
real quick,
unhappy.
sorry, real quick about tracking the weight. There is just something I want to say about that. When I heard that in the book, I was like, that is so weird. I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to see my weight every morning. But it actually gives you so much information about your body. It's insane. Like, I gained between 5 to 7 pounds on my period. The second my period's gone, that weight is gone. Like, it's very interesting to see the rotations that your
Friends.
body goes through, and it almost has made me love my body more of like it's okay, like this day I'm feeling like second day of my period, I literally am feeling like I'm 1,000 pounds heavier. It's because I've gained 5 pounds in whatever it is. Maybe my uterus lining. Who knows what it is? But I don't know. It's just very interesting. And I actually, if you don't have like an eating disorder or anxiety around tracking your weight, I actually really do highly recommend doing that because it gives you a lot of information.
Yeah, I think if if you're in a place where it's like, your weight is your weight and it doesn't actually define anything, like it took me a couple of years to like start to really process that like the weight isn't what's defining me. It's like how my body feels, and getting like a healthy dialogue with myself with my workouts and my weight, and just understanding that like women's weight is so crazy compared to men's. And I think if you can get to the point where you aren't uncomfortable with that, it's really helpful. And so like what I noticed is on days that I move my body, I'm 1,000 pounds lighter. It feels like if I don't work out and I've slept through my workout and I weigh myself the next day, I have gained like 5 pounds. And then on the days that I work out, the next day I drop like 4 pounds or 3 pounds. And it's just so crazy to see how often my weight is fluctuating. And like it's kind of confirming to me and like comforting of like, cool, like it's actually like the weight doesn't even actually matter, but it's
Mhm.
interesting to start picking up the trends of like, what did I do yesterday compared to this day? What did I eat compared to this day? Did I drink wine that day? Did I drink all my water that day? Just like a bunch of weird little things. And it's been really helpful for me to do that. Um, but for me, it was really just like I knew I needed to get back into a routine because the kids are going back to school, and I needed to get like our schedules in line. And then I also knew I'd been half-assing my workouts, and I could tell like my arms don't feel as strong, my abs don't feel as strong, my body feels gross, my head feels gross, my energy feels gross. And that's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna reset. I'm gonna start doing like these other things that will help me, and then I'm just gonna like pick it back up. But I'm going to be gracious with myself that it's going to take me time to get back into a super rigid and like strict routine like I'm used to, because like I also want to enjoy life, and I'm also really tired. So if I'm tired, I'm going to let myself sleep in, but I'm not going to let it be more than one day.
Mhm.
Getting this didn't help. I haven't worked out for a couple days.
That's okay though. That's a big operation.
It feels like it. I think what's important too with resetting your routine is like, so I knew why I wanted to, or what like was getting me wanting to do that. And then I think what was important for me to do next is, what does that look like for me? What are the goals that I'm trying to have? Like, what am I actually trying to get out of it? What am I trying to change about my routine? I think you have to identify that.
You do for sure. You have to identify what things in your life have changed and what is going to change and what works for you. Like for me, working out in the morning, I would love to do it. And it's actually my goal right now to wake up just one morning a week to work out. I have a really hard time waking up in the morning, and I have a really, really hard time working out in the morning. I feel like my joints get so, I don't know, I'm a very deep sleeper, and I feel like my joints get so relaxed. If I don't like walk around or like let my body wake up in the morning, I feel like it's really hard for me to like move in the morning, if that makes sense. Like I tried to do on my birthday, we did a Peloton ride at like 8 something in the morning. It was a 30-minute ride, and it took a good 15 minutes before like my knees even felt like they could like cycle. So it's just a weird thing with my body. So just getting familiar with like things that work for you in your routine, I guess is what I'm long-windedly trying to say.
I think what will be helpful for you too is like, if you want to get to that point, just accepting that like that's how your body operates. And okay, I have to do a warm up ride, or I need to go on a walk around the block really quick, or I need to do certain things. Like one of the things I have that I wrote down is like, you have to schedule the time that you need. And so like if you know that you need that extra time, make sure you have that extra 10 or 15 minutes. And you know what else would help you is if you had a Peloton treadmill.
It's true. It's true. That's actually, if we stop going on vacation, that would be my goal for
I
this
mean,
winter.
you did mention when we were talking about tipping that Gypsy's haircuts were $65, and that's how much I pay for
True.
my treadmill. So you now have
True.
$65.
That's true.
You always have the $65. You're not willing to apply it towards a Peloton tread.
I know. Well, Tony's not. Tony, you're listening to this. You got to get a tread, man.
I mean, you have $65.
I know. I know.
Well, that's one of my things that I'm going to start doing because I'm having a hard time waking up in my workouts, and that's why I get through one part of it and I'm not finishing the other part. So my new goal right now, so let me revert back a little bit. So I wrote down what that's going to look like for me because, like I was saying, you need to identify what it is that you're changing or that you don't like that's going on. So I knew that I was eating a little bit out of control. I knew that I wasn't working out as much. I knew that I wasn't as scheduled with my life as much. I wasn't making time for the things that I needed to make time for. So what I wrote down is my food intake. So I started tracking my calories, or not my calories, my food intake, just like what foods I was eating and the calories and macros tied to it. My workouts are something I'm going to be kicking up, my home life schedule, and saying no / not sabotaging myself because I know that I was not saying no. Like today's a huge example of it. I wanted to go to Taylor's class. She was teaching yoga at 11, and I scheduled my test for Monday night because I knew I needed a ton of extra time to study because I literally don't know what the fuck I'm doing in this class. On top of, I had a dinner, I had our anniversary Saturday, we have laundry, we have groceries, like all of the things that I normally do on Sunday. And I knew if I went to that class, I was going to get mimosas with Christina after. It was going to take up like probably 3 hours of my day. And then I would literally not get to studying, groceries, or laundry. And I had to just be like, as much as you want to go, you will sabotage yourself. And then your entire week is going to be you trying to catch up. And then you're going to be pissed, like always constantly behind. And so I've been doing that a lot to myself of just being like, sure, let's go do this. Sure, let's do that. Let's ignore all the things that you have to do. So that one's a big one. So I have those 4 things that I'm focusing on to work on that. I can't remember what I was going to mention, why I reverted back to these. We were talking about something. Oh, that's what it is. My workouts. So I've been really tired when I've been doing my workouts and I've been stopping halfway through, even though like I have pre-workout, I just haven't been in my routine enough that my workouts aren't waking me up. And so my new plan is to make sure that I'm doing like a quick 5 or 10 minute walk on the treadmill before I ride the bike or before I do a run, because I just feel like I need that extra time to get going and like fully focus, because sometimes I'll get on the bike and it's like, I forgot I need to post this for the podcast, or I forgot I need to do this. And then I get distracted and then I'm just like half-assing it. So I'm going to give myself 5 or 10 minutes to walk, do what I need to do on my phone, wake up, get my shit together. And then I'm going to fully focus on my workout, and hopefully that will help. I don't know yet, but I'm going to try.
And I think that's a big thing to bring up with routines is you learn a lot about yourself when you're trying to figure out what exactly your routine should be. An example of this in my own life, I am in a very big transitional phase right now. I'll come back to that, but I went to an actual gym the other day because I'm doing this Jordan's Diet program, and it's 3 days a week of lifting weights. And I did not realize how much I would half-ass weightlifting in my basement. For some reason, being in like an actual gym setting and people like around me, like I'm fine doing cardio at home. I actually really prefer that because obviously I have a Peloton that I love. But like when it came to the weights, it would just kind of be like, oh, I only have 10-pound weights down here. The 15-pound weights are over in this other room. So I'm just not going to go grab them. I'm just going to use the 10. Like I would just excuse my way out of it. And I don't know. So I realized like if I'm going to seriously do this program, I should probably get like a gym membership to Planet Fitness again, $10 a month, so that I have these 3 days a week that I can go into the gym and actually get an effective, good workout, because I'm obviously not doing that at home when it's outside of cardio. So that was something that like I really realized about myself is like I really kicked my ass. I'm sore. I haven't been sore forever after doing weights, and it just, I don't know. There's just something different about being in an actual gym setting. But I got a new, I guess, part-time job-ish. Who even knows? But I am working at a ketamine clinic now. So if you don't know what ketamine is, we'll probably do a whole episode once I get like really familiar with it, but it's basically psychedelic healing, and it's all in control under a doctor. So will be working as a medical assistant 2 days a week and then teaching yoga over there for the ketamine patients, and it will be the therapeutic yoga. It is so much better than the therapy office already. Like, I've known the doctor for a while. I worked with him in my old job, and he is very responsive. He's very on top of things. I'm very excited to be working in this industry, I guess, of healing with different ways that don't include medication. So I'm really excited to dive into it and talk about it more. But while I am in this weird transition phase of working 2 different part-time jobs plus teaching yoga, basically full-time, I'm trying to figure out what routine works well for me in this new transitional phase. And I feel like I always kind of fine-tune my routine when it comes to fall and winter. So I feel like it's a really good time to be like figuring out and resetting a new routine for myself. And the new office is right next door to Planet Fitness, so I literally have no excuse to not go lift weights. So,
One thing I would mention too with the weight thing is I for sure do that too. Like that's part of my problem. I haven't been doing my strength training. I've been doing cardio and being like, well, calling it a day. See you later, folks. But it's because I don't enjoy being sore and I don't enjoy weightlifting. And so I've been just not doing it. And now I'm sad because I can tell like in my arms, I'm like, wow, I have lost all my muscle, my legs, like all of these different things. And one of the things I wanted to make sure I mentioned, because I have an example for you guys. I'll read that here in a minute. But one of the things in it is like noticing what you don't like about something and finding a way to fix it. So like and you just identified, like, I'm not doing this in my basement. So what can I do to make sure that I do it and I don't make an excuse and I don't set yourself up for failure by knowing that that's going to happen to you because that's how you operate downstairs in your workout room. And like make sure you find a new plan so that you don't do that. Also, I just read on the back of this wine bottle, this wine is 15%. I have never had a 15% wine.
You're going to be all messed up on a Sunday night.
Spain does it right, folks. Wow. Do you have anything else you want to mention on that, or do you want me to dive in? I was going to give, so I had already texted Lois some stuff about being a morning workout person and like my tips there. And so I kind of broke that down a little bit further because I'm also getting back into stop sleeping through your fucking alarm and go work out. So I wrote that down. If you don't have anything else you want to mention on your ketamine thing, I think I'm going to jump into that.
I don't have anything else to mention right now, just that I'm super excited about it. And I'm just really excited to share with everybody once I find out more about it. And once I really dive into like the therapeutic yoga and all of that, I'm just really excited about it. And I'll be sharing more about like my routine and stuff once I get everything figured out. Because honestly, everything's kind of up in the air right now, which is kind of stressful. But yeah, once I fine tune my routine and fine tune all of my understanding about psychedelics, I will definitely be sharing a lot more.
I think one thing, like I talked to you about this like a little bit after Botox, like I think for me, it's really hard to watch you have so many different pieces that you're balancing. Like you have like 4 different things because school, like you have 4 different things that are all in very different schedules. And like you're having a hard time managing it and keeping up with it. And it's like hard for me to watch because I'm like very structured and like if you don't know what's going on and then I don't know what's going on, I start to like kind of panic because I'm like, wait, because like even today I was like, wait, Taylor's leaving town on Thursday. I need to remember to ask her about when we're recording because I think if I wouldn't have mentioned it, we probably would have been like Thursday morning. You've been like, oh, by the way, I'm leaving town today.
Yeah,
because you have so many things.
Yeah, I feel like once I settle into a routine, it won't feel as chaotic. But this is how I thrive. I like a ton of different moving parts. I don't like to be doing the same thing every day. I worked full time through the summer while my coworker was out on maternity leave, and I was so bored. I was like, I cannot do this every single day. Like, I like having the different aspects of things throughout the day. So once everything settles down and plans are like finalized and made, it won't feel as chaotic. But right now it is a little bit like, oh, what's happening? But
Yeah, I think for sure, like you definitely need a bunch of like, you need more variety, I would say, in your week. I think because it's so new, you're playing catch up, and so it's like that's why it's so chaotic. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I think there's probably a couple things you could do that would make it a little bit easier for you, because I don't like when you do so much that you don't have time, because you're someone that definitely needs and thrives off of having your personal time,
yeah, for
and
sure.
you don't have a lot of that right now. And I can notice that in like the times when we do see you, like you're very like, it's taking you, it's kind of like when Tony had his old job where like he's so all the time that by the time he gets to the situation where he wants to have fun, like it's taking him time to get back down to like, happy to be here. You're kind
Yeah.
of like, another thing that I'm doing.
Yeah, once I just settle into everything and work through that like transitional phase, I think it's just going to be really great. And I'll be doing my own ketamine treatments, and maybe the ketamine will help my brain like.
Are you scared?
Well, yes and no. Like people swear by it, and I feel like so people say like when you do psychedelics or like when you go into that healing space, like ayahuasca, mushrooms, ketamine, any of that stuff, it kind of calls to you. And I have definitely been having dreams about psychedelics and having like that pull to do them for a long time now. So the fact that like this job just really presented itself out of nowhere, and it just like happened on a random Wednesday that the doctor contacted me and asked me if I wanted to do it. The yoga, not the ketamine, but I was like, okay, yeah, like I'll come talk to you. I really don't have time for this, but I'll just like see what it's about, you know? And then it was like, oh, well, I can get ketamine treatments. Like, this is what has really been calling to me. So I'm nervous, but I also feel like it's definitely like the next step in my healing journey and like my self development journey. So I think it's going to be a really good thing. I'm really excited about it.
I'm definitely excited to hear about it. And I'm also excited because you're supposed to be getting your Diva Cup by now, and you're gonna have your period soon, and I have to know what the fuck happens.
I
Don't
love that
even
you
think that
know
I'll
my
forget about that.
I love that you know my cycle.
Yeah, because I have been like, I had a note about when it was being delivered and that you were on your period, because I have to know. I'm traumatized by these things.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. I'm in a very weird transitional phase in all phases of my life, you guys. So, this podcast is about to get real interesting. I'm also sorry for people who watch on YouTube how much I move around. ADD problems. I'm really noticing that like I'm really moving around a lot tonight. So, sorry about it.
I think I move way more than you, and I move my hair all the time.
I know, and I'm like,
And I like adjust my shirt because I don't like want to like, yeah, I move constantly.
yeah.
But
So,
whatever.
anyways, back to
Okay. So I wrote down an example of things like, so if I was someone that was like, I want to start being a morning workout person or working out in the morning, this is one of the things I want to reset in my routine. I wrote down some stuff that can help you guys. So have pre-workout or whatever wake me up you prefer. So like some people prefer coffee, an energy drink. Like you need something that's going to be like, if I have this, it's going to help me wake up, because you're already doing it at a different point in your day. You're just going to start doing it a lot sooner. So I always have to have pre-workout. If I'm out of pre-workout, I will literally not wake up. Like I'm just like, fuck you, not working out. Don't care.
And you can get a really good head start with your water by drinking water with whatever modality you like to wake up. I prefer coffee, but I will have a big glass of ice cold water, take my vitamins before I even touch the coffee. So get a head start on your water.
Yeah. So make sure you have something that helps you wake up. I always try and pick my workout the night before when I'm getting back into my routine, so I know what to expect, because if I don't know what I'm doing, then the odds of me sleeping in are a lot higher. Or like right now, I have my board downstairs that always has my workout schedule on it. I already know what area I'm going to work out. So that's been helpful. But right now, because I'm getting back into it, I'm picking out my routine on my Peloton app before I go to bed. So I know like I don't have to get to the bike and scroll and try and pick something and waste more time because I don't want to be there. So pick your workout the night before, make sure you have like a schedule of what your workouts are going to be and what area you're going to focus on. Make a goal for the week. It doesn't have to be tied to those scales. So like, don't be like, I'm going to lose 1 pound this week because I worked out. It should be like, I'm going to work out 1 day a week in the morning. I'm going to work out on Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the morning. Like make whatever goal you have for just a week and just try and hit it each week. Like you don't have to focus on the big picture. Just be like, on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm going to crush my goal, and that's it.
And we're using workout as like a loose example here. It doesn't have to be just to work out. Maybe you want to drink a gallon of water or a half gallon every day. So your goal is I'm going to have a big glass of water in the morning, or I'm going to eat healthy this week. I'm going to have a vegetable with every meal. Like whatever your routine looks like for you, we use working out as an example because it's so easy to use it as an example.
Well, fun fact, this is just for morning workout people tips. And I have a whole nother list of just what to do when
Oh,
you're resetting. So I got you
okay.
guys.
Okay.
Don't put your alarm next to you. So when you set your alarm in your phone, put your phone charger somewhere else. I know it's annoying. I know it's dumb as hell and you don't want to have to move your charger, but move your charger somewhere that you can't just reach over and turn your alarm off. And I have a problem right now where my alarm will go off on my watch and I'm snoozing it on my watch and just going to sleep. So I'm not even sleeping with my watch anymore, which sucks because I love tracking my sleep. But by doing that, I'm failing because I don't want to work out and then I just snooze it and I'm not going to sleep. So put your alarm somewhere that you can't just lay in bed, roll over and turn it off. Put it somewhere that you have to physically get up out of your bed. Once you turn it off, head straight to your pre-workout or whatever item you're using to wake up, like head to the kitchen, go drink whatever it's going to be, get your energy drink and have a drink, and then just go get your workout clothes on. Like, don't go back to bed. Don't sit on your bed. Don't even fucking look at it. Just ignore it like a puppy that pees. Like, just walk past it. And then don't break your promise to yourself. And that's part of it too. Like, you already took all the effort to get to that step. Remember the promise you made for yourself and just keep going. Be like, don't, like, I promised myself I would do this. I'm not going to stop. And then schedule a session with a friend or like have an accountability partner. Like, there's times where I tell Wally, like, you have to get up or else I'm not going to get up. If you don't get up, I just keep sleeping. So like I use him sometimes, or like if I can get my sister to do a ride with me, I'll be like, hey, will you wake up and do this ride with me? Like, I really need that extra, like, the thought of knowing that someone else is showing up makes it easier for me to be like, okay, I have to get up. And then the last one I have on the working out thing is don't stop the rest of the week just because you feel more tired or sore. If you're sore, do a different type of workout that's not going to be as strenuous and like gives your time, like your muscles time to recover. So like if your legs are sore, just probably do arms or something. So just like don't give up because you're sore and don't give up because you're tired. Still do the thing that you set in motion, because you're like breaking that habit and routine that you're building. But then also like just remember like there's other alternatives that you can do, and you're going to be more tired if you wake up in the morning and start working out. Like your day will feel a little bit tired and then you're gonna be like, actually I think I have more energy, but you'll feel tired. And then when you reflect back, you're like, I actually have more energy. And it will take about a solid week before you're finally like, oh, I'm not tired from waking up early. I'm tired because I haven't been drinking water or I haven't been having better nutrition. So like you actually won't be tired from waking up early to work out. You're tired because your nutrition and your water and things like that are off, and don't use that as an excuse to like stop the habit you're trying to build. So that's my morning workout tips.
I like them.
So the other stuff I have, which ties into like how to plan to succeed, and it can be tied to any goal, anything that you have that you're doing to reset, like Taylor's saying, like to just drink more water, to eat less, to eat better, to read a book. Like it could literally be anything, but you need to like basically approach it like this. Like, I have a plan, I have a goal. What am I going to do to make sure I can reach that? So the first thing I have is create a plan. You always need to have a plan, and I truly believe that. Don't you?
Yeah, 100% I do.
So you need to have a plan and create a plan. You need to schedule time to do the things that you're working on. So like, I remember back in the day when I was trying really hard to drink water, I had one of those big ass jugs that had like the time marks on them. And I had it sitting on my desk at work, and it was like, oh shit, at 11 o'clock I have to be here. And I would have like timers on my phone, and I had the jug with the timer. Like, schedule time for whatever it is that you're trying to do. If you're trying to eat breakfast, have an alarm going off on your phone that says go fucking eat breakfast. Like, whatever it is, you have to schedule it. Just like I was saying about like your body waking up, like, schedule that extra time, or else you're going to skip it and then you're going to half-ass your workout. Like, you have to make sure you're giving yourself time for whatever it is. You have to make sure that you're scheduling time to prepare too. So like, not only do you have to schedule time for the thing that you're doing, but like today's an exact example of that. I had to make sure I had enough time in my schedule to prep for my week, or else I knew that I was going to get behind. And so that's not like part of my schedule for my goals, but it's part of something I need to schedule to make sure that I'm not failing on my goal. You have to also define your intention or your why. Like, you have to make sure that it has purpose. Like, what is the purpose behind the goal? If you don't have a like that tied to it, I think your odds of failing are a lot higher, because you don't actually know why you're doing it. I know why I'm doing the things I'm doing right now, because my body feels like shit. And that's my why. I don't want to keep feeling like crap all day long. But if it was to drink water, I don't know what my why would be.
I mean, I know what my why is for drinking water. It clears up my skin. I feel just overall better. I feel like my hair feels better when I drink water. I feel way more energized when I have water.
I eat
Like,
less junk food when I drink my water.
yeah,
So
there's
I
a
guess like
thousand whys.
it's just hard, like on different types of goals, it's hard to sit and define what the why would be, especially if you haven't done it before. And I think that's what's tricky too. Like, if you've never been someone that drinks water and you don't know all these results that come from it, like, how are you supposed to define that? How are you supposed to pick something, you know? You could Google it. Google could tell you like the benefits of something, or you probably already know for the most part, like, drinking water is important. So like, I don't know. But I
I
think you
mean,
have to
or
define that.
just trying things like not only with water, if you want to be a reader, if you want to read or listen to books, find ways. I'm going to listen to one chapter a book or of a book every morning as I'm putting on my makeup, or I'm going to read 10 pages of a book before I go to bed. Like, why are you wanting to do those things? Like, I don't know. I think, and just trying it, seeing what it feels like, seeing what it feels like to drink a ton of water during the day and notice how you feel, minus peeing a million times. Get rid of that part of it, but just try things and notice how they make you feel. And if you do enjoy it, then that could be your why. Just that I love the taste of water. It makes me feel good, and I enjoy drinking a nice icy cold glass of water.
Another thing, just because you said it, and I can give like a really good example that's on my list, is don't make excuses because you know you want to do something. Don't make an excuse. So I've heard so many people be like, oh well, I just don't drink water during the day very much because I just have to pee too much. What the fuck?
You get past that. It is annoying when you first start drinking
It does
water,
suck. Like,
but you
anything
get
good,
past it pretty quick.
yeah, like anything good doesn't come easy. And like, there's things that suck. It's not meant to be comfortable. Nothing in your life is meant to be comfortable. And if it's comfortable, you're probably living a half-assed life. And so like, don't make excuses because it's like, oh, it's too hard, or I don't have time. The I don't have time shit fucking pisses me off. When you, if you ever text me and say, I don't have time, I'm gonna say you're fucking dumb and you need to manage your time, because everyone has time. You're just not choosing to make it a priority, or you're making an excuse. So like, either say, I just fucking forgot, but don't say I don't have time. Share your goal or your plan with people so that they can keep you accountable and support you. Say no to anything you don't feel strong enough to do that will go against your plan. So that one I think is huge too. Like, if you Um, if you know that like you go somewhere and you're not going to be able to stick to your goal, I think like there's been times where I've had to be like, I can't go eat this lunch or I can't go to lunch with you this week because I know I'll make bad choices. Like if you know you're not strong enough to do the things that you're wanting to do, you have to make sure that you're like not putting yourself in a bad situation. Don't overschedule yourself or overthink it. I think that that one's huge. You can definitely overschedule to be super rigid and then you'll fail, and then you can overthink it and get in your head and then you'll probably just quit. And I want you to remember that there's always another day to start again if you get off track. And what matters is that you keep trying. However, if you just use that as an excuse to just be like, oh, again, tomorrow's another day, I'll just start. And every single day you're just saying that, like, that's an excuse. So like notice the difference between like that as an excuse and that as like giving yourself grace, because those are very different. Adjust anything that isn't working and make sure you have fun or you enjoy what you're doing. And if you don't, you will fail. Those are my tips.
I love that. Going back to the one, I don't remember exactly what you said, but the one before the have fun. What did you say exactly?
Adjust something that's not working.
No, what was before that?
Another day to start again.
Yes, that. Thank you. I love that. And your day is not going to be perfect every day. I feel like when podcasts or self-help books or influencers, when they talk about this stuff, they make it seem like they're doing the same thing every day. And if that's not possible at all, every day is not going to be perfect. As an example, yesterday, my to-do list in my phone right now is literally a mile long. And I got done teaching yoga yesterday and I got home and I laid on the couch and I was just so tired. And I was like, I have at least 20 things to do, but I just really need to lay here for a minute. And I ended up taking a nap, which I never take naps. It's very abnormal for me to take naps, but I really needed that to get like, I don't know. I don't know why I needed it, but I really freaking needed it. And I could have beat myself up about it and been like, I have all these things to do. I only marked off a few things on my to-do list because I took an hour-long nap, blah, blah, blah. But sometimes you just need to listen to what your body is needing, what your mind is needing. And if that throws you off of your routine a little bit for a day or for a few hours, that's okay. And don't let these other influencers or self-help books make you feel like that's not okay, because it's not sustainable to do the same thing every single day. And if you spend a day on the couch the whole day watching movies because you're exhausted and you needed that, you can wake up tomorrow and you can do your morning workout. You can do whatever you need to do because it's a brand new day. So
I think that that's something that I've been like trying to get comfortable with lately, like especially with going back to school, and then like August was super crazy. And that's part of why like I knew for sure I couldn't go to your class this morning, because like I intentionally scheduled my test for Monday night because I was like, I don't want to take away my whole weekend. I don't want to Friday night out either stressed because I had to study all night and then I take it Saturday morning and then I'd be like super on edge and then I wouldn't have as good of a time going to my anniversary dinner. Like I scheduled it Monday so that I could have flexibility and still enjoy any part of my day. I knew I was going to go to the football game Friday. I knew that I was going to have other stuff I had to do on Saturday. And so I think it's like super crucial for you to understand like the different dynamics you have. And like there was a point yesterday when I was studying and I was like, I'm going to go take a break really quick. And I went in my room and I laid down for a second and I fell asleep. And I normally would have woken up and been like, you fucking dumbass bitch, like get your ass back to work. And I was just like, wow, I really was tired and I really needed that nap. And now I feel refreshed and I'm going to get back to it. And so I've been trying really hard to make sure I'm scheduling enough time that like I can study and then I can take a break. Like I think last weekend, I was planning to get through all my class too. And I was like studying and studying and it was so hard. And I was like, I'm just going to go on a bike ride. And I went in on a bike ride and I had a great time. And then I had more energy to keep studying. And like, that's been new for me because before I was just like study, 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 study. And then I was like missing any joy I had in life.
Yep, it's very true. I think just be patient with yourself, have grace with yourself. There's this thing that I say when I teach hot yoga, And because if you've never done hot yoga before, it can get pretty intense, especially if it's a power class. It gets very hot and sweaty. And I put you like back in a child's pose, which is just like a resting pose. And I tell you, like, check in with your body, check in with your mind. If you have a voice in your head that's telling you, this is too hard, I can't do this, whatever it's saying, see if you can push past that. If you can't, stay in this child's pose for a little bit longer, but try and move past that. But if you can't, it's okay. Like, it doesn't have to be this thing that you beat yourself up on because you stayed in child's pose for 2 extra minutes. Like, I think that that's something that you can really bring into your life every day, of get comfortable with that voice in your head, get comfortable with saying like, hey, fuck you, I still am going to do this, like you're just being lazy, or really needing to take that second, take a break and do what you need to do and then get back to it.
I think that ties into intuition, like our episode we did on intuition too, is like you should know your body and your mind enough that you know when your mind is giving you an excuse of I can't do this, or if it's like you're just being a dumbass bitch. Like I go through that on my Peloton all the time, like when they're wanting me to do something and I'm like, I just can't, and then I'm like, oh, don't be fucking stupid, you can, you're just tired.
Yeah,
Like
and when I do that in yoga, almost everybody gets right back up into that downward dog and starts back into it. But there are a few people that stay there for like 3 extra breaths, and then you can tell like they're talking themselves into it, like, hey, we can do this. And I think sometimes it just takes that extra bit of awareness to be like, we can do this, or hey, I really, really need to take a break. But 98% of the time, that voice is just telling you like, be lazy.
and I think like kind of it's still kind of tied into working out though, but like the judgment, like the worry of other people knowing that you stayed in downward dog, like you need to make sure you get past, if you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna go tackle anything in resetting your routine, like get past people's judgment. When I first started saying I wasn't eating candy, people were like, why the fuck aren't you eating candy? And I was just like, I don't know, I wanted to do it. Or why are you drinking all this water? Because it's healthy. Like get past people's judgment of why you're doing something. And like there's been times where like I've stayed in like a pose in yoga before and I was like, oh my gosh, the teacher is gonna be like thinking like something's wrong that I didn't like continue on. But like where I was at, it felt really good, or it was stretching me. And I had to get past that in my own mind of like, fuck what they're thinking or saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is for me. I came to this class for me. So just remember
Mm-hmm.
everything that you're doing is for you, and like take what you need out of it, and like fuck everyone else.
Yep, 100%.
That's all I got.
That's all I've got too.
Yeah, I had a lot.
I feel like I'm really ready for Tony was like, stop saying that, because I've said this like 3 times today. I'm really just ready for summer to be over and like be back in like a normal. I feel like I go buck ass during summer and I can't quite figure out why. Like, I don't know. I feel much more disciplined and much more structured throughout the fall and the winter. And it's probably because there's not really many outdoor things to do. But I just feel like I'm excited to like be in a steady routine again.
I mean, life slows down when summer ends. Like, I'm super pumped for fall. I'm super pumped to go into the next part of this year. Like, I love when things slow down. I love when I get to turn on my fireplace and I finally have time to like watch shows with Wally, and like we don't have
Mm-hmm.
so many activities. Like, I'm fucking excited. I'm excited for fall nights. I want to have like a barbecue with like a fall evening so bad. Like, I love when summer is ending. I love summer so much, but it's so quick and busy that like I love when it ends too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm definitely in that mode of like, let's really get to work and get shit in gear.
Yeah, I'm really excited to get back into like my strict routine. Like I just feel so gross with my body, and not in like a bad, like it's not even about weight or anything. It's like I don't like how my pants feel. I don't like how my body feels. I don't like how my mind feels. Like you can tell when your body's not its healthiest, and I'm excited to like get back to that.
Yeah, same.
And I haven't even been writing in my gratitude journal.
What?
I know.
I have been doing that. I haven't been as consistent as I would like, but I have been writing in my gratitude journal. I did stop after Gypsy passed away because it was really hard for me to find things to be grateful for. But once we had that conversation with that listener, I was like, there is things I can be grateful for. I can still be mad at the universe for taking my dog away, but I can still be thankful for some things. So I'm getting back into it, but
Mine has just been, I've been lazy with routine. So like I definitely could do it. I've just been like, ah, fuck it. So, are we ready for asking for a friend?
Yes, let's
I'm
do it.
excited for this one. Hashtag asking for a friend. What is the deal with men painting their toenails? Do we agree with this? Have you seen this?
I have seen men with painted toenails. Yes, I have. I've actually seen it a lot. I think it actually happens more often than we realize. Working in the medical field, you see some really crazy things. I personally am not a fan. If Tony painted his toenails, it would actually really bother me. And I don't mean that in a rude way. Like, if it makes you happy to paint your toenails and you're a man, more power to you, do it. I just, I'm not down for it in my spouse, my partner.
Here's my take on it. I think it's fucking weird. I cannot understand. Like, I can appreciate and
Here
understand
comes the passion.
that there are like some men out there that like that's who they are, that's what they want. But like, I'm just seeing like regular ass dads with it, and I'm sorry, men have disgusting fucking feet to begin with.
They
Their feet are
do.
so gross. I don't even care if you get pedicures, your feet are still gross.
It's
And when I'm like walking around and I just see like a random ass like gross dad with his toes painted, like I'm kind of like I'll always look and be like, did your daughter do this for you? Like, is that why you did it? Because that's a little bit cute. But then also like they're just displaying it. They're doing it for fun. They're like, of course I'll go to the nail salon and get my pedicure and I'm gonna get purple toes. And for some reason that really bothers me. I think it's fucking weird.
So Tony loves to go get pedicures with me solely for the reason that they rub his feet because I don't rub his feet. I think all feet are disgusting, but especially men's feet. I'm sorry guys, you just have gross feet, but so do girls. I don't like feet at all. But anyway, so he'll go get pedicures with me just so he can get a longer foot rub because they'll rub his feet while they're painting my nails. And one time we went and got a pedicure and the lady was like, what color do you want? And he's like, I don't want any color. And she's like, you want black? That's a boy color. And he's like, no, I don't want any color. And then she was like trying to get him to get clear. And he's like, no, I don't want anything on my nails. Like, just rub my feet. I don't want anything else. And it was so funny. So I always joke around with him when we go get pedicures. I'm like, what color are you going to choose today? But I would die if he really did choose a color. Even clear, like, you don't need anything on your nails.
I think the thing for me is like I just can't process why men are doing it. Like I don't know if they're like, "Oh, I'm just trying to prove that like men don't have to be so masculine or something," but it's like it's just weird. It doesn't make sense to me. It seems really
Mhm.
weird. I could understand if you got clear, even then I'm just kind of like, "Okay, pretty boy." But like I just don't know. The color thing and like they just are so proud of it and they're just like I don't know why it bothers me.
Yeah, I don't have an exact answer either. And
But
that
it's like a
probably,
trend.
yeah, it probably makes me an asshole because at the end of the day, it's your own body. Do whatever you want with your body. Don't give a fuck what anyone says. I'm probably an asshole because I don't have an exact reason why it bothers me. It just kind of bugs. Like there's just no purpose for it. I don't know. I don't know.
It's like, I don't know. It's just like not, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm not going to say anything more because I'll probably just say something that doesn't, I'm not actually trying to say and it'll be offensive. Because I don't have a reason. I just don't like it.
Yeah, I don't have a reason either. I just don't like it either. But do it if you want. Your body, your choice, right?
Just don't bring them around me. It's like that with that and toe socks. Like take your toe socks and your men painted toes somewhere else.
Okay, I used to wear toe socks all the time growing up, and I
I
look
did
back and I'm
too.
like, why did I wear those?
I wore them when they were like cool for a minute. I feel like I was in like sixth grade. But like now that I'm an adult and I see like adults wearing toe socks or toe shoes, I'm
Oh, I
fucking
hate toe
disgusted.
shoes.
And I think it's like
Oh,
I just don't like feet to begin with.
mm-mm.
And then like it made sense when like a little kid's doing it, but when adults are doing it, it's like you fucking creep.
Like
Like
those toe shoes are so, oh, they literally give me the heaves.
but
Anyways, guys, on that note, thank you for listening. Make sure you're following us on Instagram. We're at Champs Drink Champs Podcast. Follow us on YouTube. Share with a friend. Let us know if you're coming to the autumn equinox, and we will see you guys next week.
Also, we may or may not have a missing episode, to be determined.
TBD.
Maybe I'll do a solo episode.
Oh my God. Okay, bye you guys.
Bye.